Hello there, and welcome to part 4 of our What Happens After Death series. Now, in the previous video, we talked about the tunnel, and I mentioned that you're going to have to wait for the next video, and I'm sorry that's been a long wait. I've been getting emails from people who've watched the series and have been asking me for the next video, and I'm going to try to be a lot more regular now. So, anyhow, coming to what happens after the tunnel. Do we meet our relatives who have passed on before us? Our relatives, our friends, people whom we loved on planet Earth and then were sad when they had to leave us and go? Well, the answer to that question, at least from people who have had near-death experiences, is a big resounding yes, we do. So, people who have lost their loved ones, who miss them very dearly, can be comforted by the knowledge that, at least according to people who claim to have near death experiences, we do actually meet our relatives again. And it doesn't even matter whether we knew them or not, because there have been cases where people see twins of theirs who died at a young age, who they really never knew. People have claimed to have met their great grandparents and ancestors who died even before they were born. So anyhow, what happens is when the soul comes from out of the tunnel into the light, it meets a kind of a welcoming committee that composes primarily of relatives who have passed away and friends in some cases, and people are very happy to see and meet those who have gone before them. They meet other people also who they may not have really known while on earth, but somehow when they go to the spiritual plane, they immediately recognize them. Some of these people are members of our soul families, because just like we have families on earth, we also have soul families. Some of them are like soul mates or people from the same soul group. Some advanced beings who they're considered as spiritual guides. They meet people. So there's a lot of people who come to receive you from the tunnel area. Kind of perhaps you could take an analogy of like an airport, like when you go to either when you come back home from a long trip. Sometimes your family comes to pick you up from the airport, and so I suppose you could say that the analogy is similar. And many people claim to have seen after they have met their friends and family, and they feel very happy because it's a reunion. It's a reunion, and it goes beyond any kind of reunion that you could have on earth, because apart from the fact that you are back with your loved ones, because in the spirit world we don't have physical bodies anymore, but we have some sort of light or etheric body. The interaction between the loved ones is a lot more intense. It's like people say that they feel this tremendous sense and feeling of love and happiness and joy, which are things that do exist on earth. But just about everybody who has had these experiences say that the intensity of that feeling, the intensity of love and joy, of happiness, is, some people say, millions of times more than any kind of feeling that could be experienced on earth of a similar nature. So the good news is that we do see people that we've that have left before us, and then after that, some people say that they are greeted by this being of light. Some people describe this being as Jesus, or some very advanced spiritual being of some kind who radiates an even more powerful, intense feeling of love. And sometimes they say that the being is so much, like so full of light, that it's sort of like blinding, but at the same time, it doesn't hurt the eyes, and you can't really see the face as such. And that being of light actually gives the person who's having this experience what is known as a life review. And for that, you're gonna have to wait for the next video to find out what happens during the life review. And once again, I apologize for the almost 2-year delay. I know it's really no excuse. I suppose I just got busy with life, and I'm gonna try my best to get these videos out a lot more regularly and a lot sooner. Thank you, and God bless you all.